But somehow, some way, the WWE announces just a few weeks later that they opted not to renew the contract and continue contract negotiations with the team. I saw an interview that they did after their release. They did a shoot interview, if you will, and they believed that if they were negotiating directly with Vince McMahon or JR, this wouldn't have been a problem. But for some reason, maybe they fell out of favor with Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace told them, allegedly, creative has nothing for you, but the Dudleys had already been told by creative, hey, here's your next 6 months. Do you recall what the issue was surrounding the Dudleys getting their release here? After a pretty good run, it feels like, I mean, they even laid out that Vince told them, we're going to use you in a more limited capacity and you won't be working 300 days a year anymore. So I'm going to have to pay you less money, but they were cool with it. And then WWE pulled the offer. What changed? What happened? Do you recall?
No, I don't. I'm involved in that side of it. The only thing I can think of is I do remember, and I may have my time frames messed up, but I do remember the Dudleys wanting to go to Japan.
Right.
Japan, something they hadn't done that they wanted to do, go do tours over there. So I think there were things they wanted to do that they weren't able to do under the contract. And, you know, whoever knows how the hell those messages are delivered.
They wind up going to TNA for the next 9 years, the better part of the decade. And I know you're going to wind up working with both of them there. What'd you think of their run in TNA? Of course, they're not able to keep the Dudley name. WWE is going to claim ownership of that, saying, I guess, that they bought it when they bought ECW. And Bubba Ray is going to become Bully Ray. And you get a second bite at the apple of Bully in this singles push that maybe you started once upon a time with these guys back in like 2002. What'd you think of their TNA run and specifically Billy's work or Bully's work as a single?
Yeah, I thought they were fine. I really didn't follow them that much in TNA until I got there. So, you know, by the time I got there, they were pretty much on their singles run, and thought that Bubba as Bully, you know, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to be Bully Ray. And I thought, man, how simple is that to go from Bubba to Bully and be a bully? And one of the biggest things to me was we had an opportunity with the anti-bully league, whatever, that does the commercials. You know, don't be a bully.
Yeah.
Let him be a bully on TV. When it's time to turn him babyface, man, he's the spokesperson. You know, don't be a bully. Be a hero. And we just started doing it, and it kind of stuck. And I think that to me, I think that had he been Bully Ray in WWE, I think he would have been a top single in WWE too.
Why did you say he didn't want to do it?
What's that?
Why did you say he didn't want to do it? You mean he didn't like the name?
He didn't want to change his name to Bully Ray.
I see. Yeah, he probably would have preferred to just keep his tradition, his name. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to change the whole perception, the whole branding, everything about him to become a bully and be a prick. And then when it's time to turn him babyface, then he's fighting the bullies, and he's the one that stands up for those that can't. And it was to me, I thought it made a lot of sense. I think he wanted to be a heel. I think he wanted to be Bubba, and I get it. That's what he's used to. I just like the name Bully.
We know that eventually they take their rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2018. Much deserved. I'm sure you agree. Where do you rank them in all time amongst tag teams in the WWE?
I'd say top 10.
Who else would be in that mix for you?
Well, you got Dorian Terry Funk, Jack and Jerry Briscoe.
I said WWE.
Oh, Dorian Terry never team there. Um, as far as WWE goes, you know, phew, that's a tough one. I think Demolition,
Yep.
without a doubt. The Rockers,
Yep.
Bulldog.
I mean, this is some rarefied air. So you rank them highly. What do you think their legacy will be in professional wrestling when it's all said and done?
I think that they brought, you know, this is going to sound hokey as hell, especially. I just think that they kind of brought people together that were different. Every one of them had their own unique. They were all unique, um, but they were all brothers. They were brothers in arms, and that family doesn't have to be the same color, or speak the same language, or do all the same things. Your family, and your family doesn't have to come from blood. And to me, that's what the Dudleys will always be. I thought that the Dudley Boys are they were a great tag team, great guys. You know, it took that to do what they did. They knew each other very well. They were able to, they were able to parlay that into, where they became. So more power to them. I just think they were a great team. Really do.
No doubt about it. I got to ask, what are your feelings on both guys today? I mean, Devon's still making appearances and doing his thing. And we know Bully's doing stuff with Busted Open, and he pops up every now and again in the ring, out of the ring. Do you keep up with those guys in real life? And what's your relationship with them?
I think my relationship is good. I mean, I've always liked Devon, and you know, uh, tell a story about it in TNA when Devon didn't get a check for many, many weeks, and didn't have the money to go and actually park at the hotel lot. Certainly didn't have money for a hotel room. I said, "Well, that's bullshit. I'll get you at the airport, and you'll stay in my room. We get a room with 2 beds. You'll stay there. I'll take care of you." And then they sent them their checks, and that was the one where they got the envelope
There's
with
nothing
all
in
the
it.
checks that they said had been sent, postmarked for those days, but never sent.
Wow.
You know, um, and I always just that I just thought that was shitty. Um, but always liked Devon, always liked Bubba. Bubba and I have argued to high heaven, but it comes from a place of passion for the business. We have different opinions on the business. We have a lot of the same opinions on the business. I think he has a great mind, and I think that he really does. He's one of those guys, man, that just eats, sleeps, breathes, and lives this business. And those are few and far between.